All right, welcome back to another episode of the Black Bullion Show, and the consolidation continues. Today is a minor up and down day for gold and silver. Started off high, but as the dollar and US 10-year yield began to rise, it struggled a bit. But after the leading economic index showed a poor outlook, things actually took a turn to the upside. Silver for silver, but especially for gold. However, what I noticed is that the drops and the pops for both metals are tightly moving within a thinner and thinner range as we move on. In recent days, we hit a high of 1970, and then we got a low of the high 1930s. So we've been tucked in this middle range in the 1950s and 40s for some time now, and it seems like it's getting thinner and thinner. But let's see how things are shaking up today. First, if you're new to this channel, please hit that big red subscribe button right down below. Also, please hit the like button. Helps to get this economic evangelism right on out there to the masses to bring more people into precious metals. Okay, so let's start out with gold and silver prices. Now, as I mentioned before, they're both moving in a within tight ranges, even as we see their enemies pick up steam a bit. Now, who are their enemies? You guys know who exactly we're going to be looking at. We're going to be looking at the dollar. Now, the DXY was pretty interesting moves today. Generally, again, it's still trending down back in the 92s, but it did hit 93 today. And, but when it did hit 93, gold only dropped a little bit. And this was while we were also getting news here from the consumer sentiment index. Now, once this actually appears, then we can actually take a look at what exactly we got. But generally, I can say that the consumer sentiment, the consumer sentiment index rose to 78.9 in September. It's the highest level since March. And they're expecting a reading of 75.9. So let's take a look here and see exactly what happened. The numbers. The University of Michigan said the preliminary reading of its U.S. Consumer Sentiment Index in September was 78.9, up from 74.1 in the prior month. Economists polled by MarketWatch expected a reading of 75.9. The sentiment indicator covers how consumers view their personal finances as well as business and buying conditions. So what are they saying? The index hit its best level since March, but longer run inflation expectations ticked down to 2.6%, while near-term inflation expectations slipped up to 2.7%, the lowest since April, said Neil Duda, head of economics at Renaissance Macro Research, in a note. So his team's suspicion is that as supply and capacity constraints ease, inflation will moderate along with expectations thereof. Now, the big picture. The amount of confidence Americans have in the economy and their own financial security has a good record of predicting the future. Until they feel more secure, the economy is likely to make a rapid recovery from the issue, as we like to say here. And this continued lack of security matches lockstep with other data that help to pick gold and silver out from their minor depths this morning. We also got around that same time the leading U.S. economic index slips in August, signaling economy may be losing steam. So let's take a look here. The leading economic index rose 1.2% in August, the Conference Board said Friday. This is a lower pace than the revised 2% rise in July and 3.1% gain in June. The slowing of the improvement suggests that this summer's economic rebound may be losing steam heading into the final stretch of 2020. Now, uncertainty is still in the air, guys, and that will likely continue throughout the year, with an increasing around the election time. Now, actually, if you think about it, that the election time is about a month and a half away. It's not that far away, which is pretty insane. But overall, gold and silver were reactive to this data today, but the percentage increases and decreases were somewhat minor given the tightening of the consolidation. So guys, I mean, who knows? We may actually see a breakout very, very soon. So let me know if you think we're gonna have a breakout next week, or maybe at the end of at the beginning of October. What do you guys see? Let me know in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're new. It's Black Bullion.